Thank you so much for having us tonight. This is, as some of the other candidates have said, this is so great to be able to reach a big audience at no cost to the candidates. We can't thank you enough for that. I'm Brandy Voss, and I'm running for Texas Supreme Court Justice for Place 7. So earlier we were instructed to handle this kind of like a job interview. So if this were a job interview for me, and it is, I would say that I am the most qualified candidate for this position. I have been practicing appellate law for 17 years. I've been board certified in civil appellate law for the last 10 years. I'm the only candidate in this race who can say that they are an expert in appellate law because I have that board certification. I'm the only one that has the certification in this race. Right after law school, I had the opportunity to actually go and work inside the Texas Supreme Court as a briefing attorney. As part of my job duties, I helped the Chief Justice write judicial opinions for the state of Texas. I wrote briefing and memorandum for the court. I was able to sit inside the conference room during their deliberations on cases. So I've seen how the Texas Supreme Court works from the inside. And then I went back into private practice for a while, and then I went to work for Justice Gina Benavidez at the 13th Court of Appeals, and I was her senior staff attorney for 4 years. And I would estimate that in my 17 years of practice, I've participated in nearly 1,000 appellate proceedings, and that's more than both of my opponents, Republican and Democrat, combined. So I do have the most relevant experience for this position. What's coming up at the Supreme Court, and why should you all care about these positions? The courts are where we go to seek justice for family members when they've been injured. The courts protect voting rights. They protect the right to marry who you love. The courts are so important, and our Texas Supreme Court is the last stop in Texas before you get to the United States Supreme Court when the Constitution is involved. And so you need people on this court who understand constitutional law. And there will be several serious constitutional issues that will be facing the court in the next few years. I've been a professor of constitutional law at the University of Texas, Rio Grande Valley for the last several years. I teach constitutional law to criminal justice majors who want to go into law enforcement. Many of them are first-generation college students, and my purpose in that class is to teach them how to respect the rights of citizens, respect the Constitution when they're dealing with the public. And it's been a great experience, but we need that kind of experience on the Texas Supreme Court. We need people who are familiar with the rules already, who don't have to take a crash course and learn how to do the work. And I can do that. I am a mom. I have a 15-year-old. I have 2 stepsons, and one of them has a 2-year-old daughter, so I am a grandma. And I was a single mom for several years, so I know the struggle. I grew up in a working class family outside of Houston, and my stepdad is a retired helicopter pilot and was a union member. But I know the plight of everyday Texans because I've lived it. And I think that our Texas Supreme Court has become distanced from the people that they represent, and they don't adequately represent the broad community that we have. I've been living in South Texas for the last 15 years in McAllen. We haven't had a representative from South Texas on the Texas Supreme Court in over 20 years. And it's time that we have geographic diversity on our Texas Supreme Court, not just big city lawyers who get appointed by the governor. We need small town lawyers with big brains and lots of experience. And so my name is Brandy Voss. It's www.brandyvoss.com. Please follow me on Facebook and on Instagram and Twitter, and vote for me in the primary on March 3rd. Thank you.